Welcome. The team is back for Dell Web Traditions Trivia Night number 2. As always, um, multiple choice. Take your time in answering. Feel free to stop the video if you need more time. No using electronic help. Choose the best answer. The best answer may not be right, but it's the answer that's better than the others. Round 1, the 90s. Question 1. What marked the official end of the Soviet Union in 1991? Berlin Wall was torn down, symbolizing the collapse of Soviet power. Boris Yeltsin declared Russia's independence from the USSR and assumed leadership of the new Russian Federation. Leaders of Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus signed the accords declaring USSR dissolved. Mikhail Gorbachev resigned as president, and the Soviet flag was lowered over the Kremlin. Warsaw Pact countries formally disbanded, military alliance tied to the Soviet Union. Number 2, which of the following is true about the ADA Act signed in 1990? It created a new federal agency to oversee disability rights enforcement separate from the Department of Justice. It guaranteed free college tuition for all students with disabilities nationwide. It mandated every workplace with at least 50 employees provide on-site medical staff for employees with disabilities. It prohibited discrimination against individuals with disabilities in employment, public accommodation, transportation, and government services. It required all television programming to include an option for sign language interpreters on screen. Question 3. What unusual moment connected the Clintons to pop culture in the 90s? Bill Clinton was the first president to be an actual guest on The Simpsons. Bill Clinton personally introduced the Backstreet Boys at a White House Easter egg roll. Bill Clinton played the sax on the Arsenio Hall show. Chelsea Clinton was credited with inventing the phrase, "It's cool to be online," during the AOL boom. Hillary Clinton tested her health care plan by simulating hospital emergencies with Beanie Baby patients. Question 4. What was the Macarena? A Spanish dance song that became a global phenomenon, performed at the 1996 Democratic National Convention. Spain's official national anthem, briefly adopted for the 1996 Olympics. The first viral internet meme, spread entirely through email chains and AOL chat rooms. A dance invented by NASA astronauts to simulate zero-gravity movement. The official campaign theme song for Bill Clinton in the 1996 re-election. Question 5. Who is Dolly the sheep? The name given to the inventor of the world's first ovine dating app, eHarmony. The original inspiration behind the phrase sheepish grin. Scotland's top secret bagpipe instructor with an impeccable fleece. A sheep cloned in the 1996 in Scotland. A woolly stunt double for Sean Connery in Highlander. Bad joke number 1. After their barn burned down, Bob's wife, Sally, called their insurance agent to file a claim for the $60,000 the barn was insured for. The agent calmly explained, "Now hold on, that's not how this works. First we'll send an adjuster to evaluate the damage. Then we'll provide you with a replacement barn identical to the original." There was a long silence on the line before Sally responded, "Well, if that's how it works, cancel the life insurance on my husband immediately." Answers to number 1, Mikhail Gorbachev resigned as president of the USSR. Number 2, D, it prohibited discrimination in employment, public accommodations, transportation, and government. 3, Bill Clinton played the sax on the Arsenio Hall show. 4, A Spanish dance song that became a global phenomenon performed at the 1996 Democratic National Convention. 5, a sheep cloned in 1996 in Scotland. Television. 6, which member of the cast of The Big Bang Theory previously appeared for several seasons in Roseanne? Howard, Leonard, Penny, Raj, Sheldon. 7, in the Bob Newhart Show, what actor played Bob's quirky, neurotic patient who is known for his deadpan delivery and for often asking rhetorical questions? Peter Barnards, Bill Daly, Tom Poston, Jack Riley, Peter Scolari. 8. Actor Dan Florek is best known for playing Captain Donald Cragen on Law and Order. What other TV show did he have a recurring role in? Barnaby Jones, CSI Miami, Grey's Anatomy, Hill Street Blues, LA Law. 9. Which of these TV actors was the tallest in his prime? James Arness, Ted Cassidy, Brad Garrett, Fred Gwynne, Richard Mole. 10. On the TV show The A-Team, Mr. T played a character named B.A. Baracus. What is this character's real B.A. name? Barrett Andrews, Benton Ash, Blade Armstrong, Bosco Albert, Bruno Acevedo. Bad joke number 2. 3 women, 2 younger and 1 senior citizen, were sitting in a sauna only covered by a towel. Suddenly there was a beeping sound. The young woman pressed her forearm and the beep stopped. The others looked at her questioningly. "That was my pager," she said. "I have a microchip under the skin of my arm." A few minutes later a phone rang. The second young woman lifted her palm to her ear. When she finished, she explained, "That was my mobile phone. I have a microchip in my hand." The older woman felt very low-tech. Not to be outdone, she decided she had to do something just as impressive. She stepped out of the sauna and went to the bathroom. She returned with a piece of toilet paper hanging from her tush. The others raised their eyebrows and stared at her. The older woman finally said, "Well, will you look at that? I'm getting a fax." Answers. Number 6, Leonard, Johnny Galecki, had a relationship with Darlene Connor. 7, in the Bob Newhart Show, the correct answer is D, Jack Riley as Elliot Carlin. 8, Dan Florek was on L.A. Law, husband of Roxanne. Roxanne was Arnie's legal secretary. 9, the tallest of these actors is B, Ted Cassidy, Lurch, at 6'9". Note that Chris Noth, Mr. Big on Sex and the City, was only 6'2". Maybe Carrie Bradshaw called him Mr. Big for some other reason. 10, on the A-Team, his character's name was Bosco Albert. Round 3, music. 11. Which of the following is true about the Donovan song Hurdy-Gurly Man? The hurdy-gurly man is an effeminate street singer. The hurdy-gurdy man is a medieval troubadour who plays a hurdy-gurdy while juggling batons. The hurdy-gurdy man is a misunderstood circus act with an uncanny resemblance to a garden gnome. The hurdy-gurdy man plays a medieval string instrument and sings about enlightenment. The roly-poly man rolls through town spreading peace, pastries, and psychedelic wisdom. 12. Which of the following rock groups generally perform with the most members? Allman Brothers Band, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago, Santana, Sly and the Family Stone. 13. How old was Michael Jackson when he had his first solo hit, not part of the Jackson 5? 6, 8, 11, 13, 15. Which female rock group had a hit song in 1986, Walk Like an Egyptian? Bananarama, Bangles, Blackhearts, Go-Go's, Waitresses. 15. The Grammy Awards are awarded in many genres, such as pop, rock, country, jazz, etc. Most artists specialize in 1 or 2 genres. All the following have won Grammys in 4 or more genres, except Beyoncé, Paul McCartney, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston. Bad joke number 3. A senior citizen rolled his brand new Corvette convertible off the dealership lot and onto I-40. With a mischievous gleam in his eye, he pressed the pedal to the floor. 80 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour. But just as he was reveling in the joy of speed, his rearview mirror filled with the flashing red and blue lights, accompanied by the wail of a siren. A state trooper was on his tail. The man pulled over to the side of the road. Trooper said, "Sir, it's Friday. My shift ends in 30 minutes. If you can give me a reason for speeding I've never heard before, I'll let you off with a warning." The man paused, a sly smile spreading across his face. Then with perfect timing, he said, "Years ago, my wife ran off with a state trooper. I thought you were bringing her back." Answers. D. The hurdy-gurdy man plays a medieval stringed instrument and sings about enlightenment. 12. B. Blood, Sweat, and Tears had 8 to 9 members. 13. Michael Jackson was 13 for his first solo hit, Got to Be There. 14. Walk Like an Egyptian was the Bangles. 15. The correct answer is E. Whitney Houston, who did have 2 genres, but everyone else had 4 or more. Next category, movies. Which of the following was the movie name where the main character falls in love with an AI voice? Her, it, itself, she, you. The Golden Raspberry Award, a Razzie, is awarded to a worst cinematic failure. Each of the following has won a cinematic Razzie for worst actor except G.W. Bush, Daniel Day-Lewis, LeBron James, Laurence Olivier, Donald Trump. 18. A Bond girl is a love interest, ally, or adversary of James Bond. Each of the following played a Bond girl except Ursula Andress, Barbara Bach, Terry Hatcher, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jane Seymour. Since 1980, Drew Barrymore was one of the youngest child actors to co-star in a major movie at age 6. Of the following, who was the youngest actor to co-star in a movie? Macaulay Culkin, Dakota Fanning, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, Haley Joel Osment, Christina Ricci. 20. Jennifer Aniston may be best known for portraying Rachel on Friends, but she has appeared in all the following movies except Along Came Polly, Bruce Almighty, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, He's Just Not That Into You, Leprechaun. Bad joke number 4. One day the wife comes home with a spectacular diamond ring. Where did you get that ring? Her husband asks. Well, she replied, my boss and I played the lottery and we won, so I brought it with my share of the winnings. A week later, his wife comes home with a long, shiny fur coat. Where'd you get that coat? The husband asks. She replies, my boss and I played the lottery, we won again, and I bought it with my share of the winnings. Another week later, his wife comes home driving a flaming red Ferrari, her share of the lottery winnings. That night, the wife asks her husband to run her a nice warm bath while she gets undressed. When she enters the bathroom, she finds there's barely enough water in the bath to cover the bath plug. What is this? She asks her husband. Well, he replies, we don't want to get your freaking lottery ticket wet, do we? Answers. 16. Her. Joaquin Phoenix plays a lonely writer, Theodore, who develops a relationship with AI named Samantha, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. A17, the Razzie, the correct answer is B, Daniel Day-Lewis. All of the others did win in a cinematic Razzie. 18, the correct answer is D, Michelle Pfeiffer. 19, the correct answer is B, Dakota Fanning at age 7. 20, Jennifer Aniston did not appear in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the movie, although she was in a TV adaptation of it that was canceled. Poopery. A state's true surface area equals its two-dimensional area plus its approximate mountain surface area. Excluding Alaska, California, and Texas, which of the following has the largest TSA? Arizona, Colorado, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico. Each of the following is born in North Carolina except Billy Graham, Pam Grier, Michael C. Hall, O. Henry, James Taylor. 23. Will Smith began his TV acting career as a fictionalized version of himself. Finish the line of the song, I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, you're moving with your auntie and uncle in blank. Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Malibu, Pasadena, St. Clair. In the movie Forrest Gump, Forrest meets many celebrities. He met all the following except Abby Hoffman, Bear Bryant, Dick Cavett, John Lennon, Muhammad Ali. 25. Which of the following sports-related events did not occur in the 90s? Assault of Nancy Kerrigan, baseball strike, boxer Mike Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, largest fan-involved fight in MLB history, O.J. Simpson car case. Bad joke number 5. On hearing that her elderly grandfather had just passed away, Katie went straight to her grandparents' house to comfort her 95-year-old grandmother. When she asked how her grandfather had died, her grandmother replied, he had a heart attack while we were making love on Sunday morning. Horrified, Katie said, Grandma, two people nearly 100 years old having sex is surely asking for trouble. "Oh, no, my dear," replied Granny. "Many years ago, realizing our advanced age, we figured the best time to do it was when the church bells started to ring. It was the perfect rhythm, nice and slow. In on the ding, out on the dong." She paused to wipe away a tear and continued, "He'd still be alive if that damn ice cream truck hadn't come along." Answers: 21 is Montana. 22, James Taylor, although he sang Carolina in My Mind, he was born in Boston. 23, Bel Air, where he was the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. 24, Forrest Gump did not meet Muhammad Ali. 25, 10-cent beer night occurred in the 70s, not the 90s. Tiebreakers: which 1990s TV actress was famously nicknamed the Bad Girl of Beverly Hills? Shannon Doherty, Jenny Garth, Heather Locklear, Alyssa Milano, Tori Spelling. 27, Macmillan and Wife starred Rock Hudson and Susan St. James, who played their sarcastic maid. Ann B. Davis, Conchata Ferrell, Marla Gibbs, Jane Leeves, Nancy Walker. Answers: A, Shannon Doherty. 27, Nancy Walker. Next event is July 16th. This is not my picture.